I've just been watching the Midas Touch covering the Maddison Square rally, and I saw quite a bit of it on Twitter last night before going to bed, and this is a much more in depth follow up, and it's horrific, absolutely horrific. The only good thing about it, I think, is that they've shot themselves in the foot again. How many times they've shot themselves in the foot through this campaign, I've lost count. But the problem is, I'm not positive that shooting themselves in the foot is the answer. I'm horrified that there are still people that believe in this pile of shit, that follow Trump, adore Trump, hold him up as their leader, when he is just a disgusting, hateful Nazi fascist, which he's accusing them of being. There's so much projection. It's unbelievable. There was a so-called comedian who referred to Puerto Rico as a pile of garbage, a floating pile of garbage. And I remember what Trump did to the Puerto Ricans during his presidency. You know, they were complete destruction for them from hurricanes, and he wouldn't do anything for them. I can still see the female governor with her glasses on in my head, and it's that long ago, but I can still see that and still see that he did fuck all because he's racist, not for any other reason. He may have made excuses, but he's a racist, massive racist. This comedian, after having trashed the Puerto Ricans, and I'm hoping that he'll really regret that, because there's masses of Puerto Rican people in Florida, in Pennsylvania, in where else was it I saw? I can't remember now. But they then go on, this comedian then goes on to call, no, that was Musk. What did he do? He then went for another, Latinos. Really disgusting. I'm not even going to repeat it, about Latino people. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm sure you've seen it. If you want to see it, you can find it, but I'm not going to repeat it. And then Musk, in his advertising campaign, which is supporting Trump, calls Kamala the C word. They're meant to be, people of presidential material, and they're using disgusting. I mean, that would be like putting. Even I would sit in the Oval Office and not use those words. I know I use them here. I don't use the C word. Sometimes I'm pushed to it, but I don't. But I would know my place is not to do that in the Oval Office. Trump, what the fuck does he think he's doing? I don't understand it. I really don't. What horrifies me more is that there's a massive group of people that hold this guy in awe. They're in awe of him, including my two sisters. I really don't understand it. How fucking dumb are they that they think that this is okay? It's not okay. It's not okay to spew so much hate, to hate on so many people. I mean, one of the sisters is supposed to be a shaman. It's supposed to be, she was a hippie. She was, all peace and love. And yet here she is idolizing somebody who is wanting to kill people for not supporting him. I'm shocked, absolutely shocked, as you can tell. I'm angry. I really do hope that they have put the final nail in their coffin. There needs to be a real landslide for Kamala for this to stop. There really does need to be. But what I heard yesterday, what I've heard today watching this, is that throughout this rally, there's the inciting of violence. It was a guy stood up, and it really was inciting violence. I don't even know who he was. And he was the one that said there needs to be a landslide. And I'm thinking, yeah, there does, but for Kamala, not for you. Really horrible people. And they look horrible because when people hate, it shows on the outside. When people are like that, they're ugly on the outside as well as on the inside, and it's horrible, really horrible. I feel really, really sorry for all of you in America who are living through this. Um, I know that there are a lot of people who still have PTSD from 2020. I think from um, the the Biden Trump campaign and then the January insurrection. A lot of people still have PTSD from that. And I feel really sorry for you that this is triggering you. All of this is triggering you. And I know for me over here, um, there's a relative feeling of safety. But believe me, America, what happens all those thousands of miles away does matter to us in Europe, does matter to many other countries in the world, because America's part of NATO. Um, if Trump were in power, he'd have the nuclear codes. He's in cahoots with Putin, as is Elon Musk. Elon Musk is it's gone. I can't. It's not. It's not a swear word, but he is so dangerous, so rich, and rich and powerful people can be dangerous. And Trump isn't as rich as he pretends to be, but is dangerous. Musk is dangerous, and all these people grouped together are really, really dangerous. And I'm sorry for those people in America who are now losing sleep, have been losing sleep, and will continue to lose sleep. And I don't think we will know what the outcome of this election is unless there is a landslide on how many days now? 28th it is today, 28. So that's 3 plus 5, 8 days. But there needs to be a landslide for us to be relatively sure it's all okay. And I'm remembering the long wait with the hanging chads. Never forgot that. And it could be the same sort of hanging something horrific. And there's no shame. There's no shame. It's just disgusting. The last image I went to bed with, which is ridiculous, but it's my fault, I shouldn't look at Twitter before I go to bed, is of Trump dressed in black and gold. You never see him dressed like that, but that's the uniform of the Proud Boys, and they were having a rally or a march or something. I'm not sure if it was yesterday or whenever, but he was wearing a Proud Boy uniform.